Jesus, or start asking them. Start acting like Jesus. If you're going to be Christians, act like it. Act like this man you call out. Because we don't have time for your pseudo-fake Christianity. There's nothing Christian about predator drones, nuclear weapons, or polluting the drinking water of the people. In fact, it's completely contrary to his philosophy. And one more thing. These voter ID laws. Why is it when we have a huge problem with voter apathy, we can't get anybody out to vote? So the problem that is being addressed by our Republican brothers and sisters is, let's see if we can keep more people from voting. Let's take away that sacred right, which was earned in blood in Selma by protesters, by people who stood their ground. Being taken away, voter fraud is an illusion. It's not a real problem. It's 0.1% of every election. And yet people are talking about it's the worst thing in the world. No, voter apathy is the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Not enough people voting, having the ability to vote taken away from you is the worst thing in the world. That's what revolutions are fought over. No taxation without representation. These people that you are taking the right to vote from are taxed. They are American citizens, and you take that away. That's filth. That's what people rose up against the British hundreds of years ago for. This is not the way. Your rights are being taken away. You can yell at protesters, but protesters are the ones who stood up every time for equality. America was a promise. It was a promise that was just a few that has grown bigger through the years. We want the promise of America to be for everybody. And I think America is with us. So I'm going to ask the media, start looking at the actual problems. There's no such thing as a voter fraud problem. That is the fraud right there. So please, start asking these Christians why they are bombing things and screwing the poor. Thank you.
We're outside the Hyatt Regency Hotel, North Tampa.
I want to issue a challenge to the police here in Tampa. There are a lot of veterans organizations trying to help these young kids coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. You guys are making a lot of overtime money at this convention. How about picking out one of those veterans organizations and donating a little of your overtime pay to help these kids out coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan? A few dollars. Y'all are making a lot of overtime here. Think about that. I know you go home and you say, I support the truth. Well, put your money where your mouth is when you go back home. Send in a few bucks to some of these veterans organizations helping these kids out. I do it, and I've got, frankly, no money. And I know y'all making some money here. So take that, spread it around to your fellow police officers, and make some donations to help these kids out. I'm just challenging you to do that. I have a question.